A Cell as a City by Carmen. I am going to be doing a plant cell for my analogy of a city. This is how a city cell would look like. In a plant cell, there are cell walls, and in a city, there are city walls. A city wall is like a cell wall. It is made out of strong and protective materials that support the city. It also gives structure to the city. After the city wall, there is a police department. Like the cell membrane, the police department watches out for intruders and danger. They also control what goes in and out of the city or the city wall. Next is the city hall. The city hall represents the nucleus. The nucleus is like the brain of the cell. It controls the cell. In a city, the city hall makes the decisions and controls forces in the city. Inside the city hall, there is the mayor's office, other known as a nucleolus. In a city, the nucleolus makes protein and ribosomes that are carried out to the cell. The mayor's office is where people of the city are hired to carry out projects throughout the town. It is also where people and staffs make decisions and have meetings. Outside the city hall, there is the city gates, which represents the nucleus envelope. The city gates is similar to the cell membrane. It protects the city hall and controls and supervises what goes in and out of the city hall. Next is the delivery van, also known as the Golgi body. The delivery van delivers products or supplies around the city, for example, newspapers to neighborhoods, or it can be a pizza delivery. They deliver pizza to houses and people. In a cell, the Golgi body delivers protein and more around the cell. The cytosol in a cell is what fills the cells inside other than the organelles. A landfill refers to lysosomes. It is where the waste goes. They are to be broken down to little pieces, then recycled again. The lysosomes in a cell breaks down waste from the cell and recycle them again. The water tower is known as the vacuole. It is where products or food, but mostly water, is stored. In a cell, the vacuole is used to store food, water for the cell, and more. Solar panels represent chloroplasts. They are used to collect energy from the sunlight. Like in a plant, chloroplasts are green and makes energy from sunlight, but they are only in plants. The power plant is like the mitochondria in a cell because the power plant is where the energy or the electricity for the city is stored and made. In a cell, mitochondria is the cell's powerhouse. The restaurants, other known as ribosomes, is where the food is served. It is also where the food is and is made. But in a cell, it's where the protein for the cell is made. The rough endoplasmic reticulums are basically roads with a lot of traffic, and the reason to that is because in a cell there are a lot of ribosomes attached to a rough ER, and in a city there are a lot of restaurants, aka ribosomes, are attached to the roadsides, and that makes it harder for cars or people to pass through because of the restaurants. The smooth endoplasmic reticulums are similar to the rough ERs, except there are rarely any traffic, making the road smooth, clean, and easy for the cars to pass through. And the reason to that is because in a cell, a smooth ER does not have ribosomes attached, and in a city, There are no restaurants attached to a smooth ER or a road with no traffic. The end.